You're not allowed to break. Even when you want to, do you ever feel like you're just one more disappointment away from giving up completely? You wake up and the weight is already there, pressing against your chest, as if life has made a habit of visiting you in the morning before you've had time to prepare. It's not that you're weak, it's that you've carried too much for too long without anyone noticing. And now you wonder quietly, maybe you're just not meant for this kind of fight. But listen, you are not allowed to break, not because the world says so, but because breaking would mean letting go of something deeper than pain. It would mean letting go of your truth. And you've come too far for that. People think breaking means crying or giving up or staying in bed all day. But the real kind of breaking happens quietly, when you stop believing that you matter, when you stop trying to find meaning. That's the danger, not sadness, but emptiness. In Stoic thought, the obstacle is the path. And this pressure, this ache, it's not proof you're failing, it's proof you're alive. When Marcus Aurelius wrote in his journal at night, he didn't ask for ease. He reminded himself that he was a part of nature, and nature doesn't break, it bends. You're not broken, you're bending. And if you're bending, you're still here. That means you can still move. There's a cognitive trap called learned helplessness, Seligman, 1975. When people believe their actions don't matter anymore, they stop trying. It's not because they're lazy, it's because they've been taught to believe their effort is useless. But they're wrong, and you might be wrong too. If you think staying down is easier, don't let a long night convince you that morning isn't coming. Don't let a bad season trick you into thinking it's a bad life. This is not your end. This is your test, and you are not allowed to break here. Finding light in the dark, the middle of the night, and felt as if darkness had claimed your mind, leaving you blind to hope when silence presses in on every thought. You might think the battle is lost before it begins, yet those quiet moments are an invitation to define your path with calm, not a call to retreat. Stoics remind us that our pain does not lie in events, but in our judgment of them. So when fear knocks, you answer with reason, not surrender. Epictetus taught that no external force can harm us unless we invite it through our thoughts. So, guard your mind like a citadel. Research by George Bonanno in 2004 showed that most people recover their footing after trauma. They find a way to breathe again, to stand again. Proving resilience is part of our design. This overturns the myth that only special souls can bounce back. Resilience is more common than you think. Imagine your mind as a night sea, waves of doubt crashing, yet like a lighthouse shining through storm. Your purpose can guide you back to safe ground. That light is your value, your why, and each small choice to move forward brightens it. You carry a small light within, a spark of will that even the darkest hour cannot snuff. And when you reach for it, you learn that despair bows to a steady hand. Let every breath be an act of courage, each step a promise that you will not kneel. This is your moment to choose shining over fading, embracing the scars that forge you. Have you ever touched the raw wound of a setback and wondered if it would ever heal? You stumble, you fall, and when you look at the bruise on your spirit, it feels as though failure has claimed you. But what if those marks are not your end, but the proof of your becoming? In Stoic thought, wounds are not shameful. They are the ink in your life story, telling of battles you've survived. Psychologists Tedeschi and Calhoun coined the term post-traumatic growth in 1996 to describe how people often find new strength and vision after trauma. They observed that survivors report deeper relationships, sharper purpose, a renewed sense of self. These are not fairy tale gifts, but real shifts born from pain. Picture iron in the forge. Heat presses, hammer strikes, and what emerges is tempered steel, stronger and more resilient. Your challenges are that fire. Each hardship shapes you, hones your resolve, and carves clarity out of confusion. Brokenness is not your destiny if you choose to let the fire do its work. Epictetus urged us to welcome obstacles like old friends, for they show us our strength and teach us to adapt. When you feel betrayed by life, remember that every scar can become a compass, pointing you toward values you might never have discovered otherwise. This is your invitation to reframe the story of your scars. Instead of hiding them, let them guide you. A healed wound is not a weakness erased, it is resilience earned. Hold your marks up to the light, study their shape, and know that you carry proof of your courage wherever you go. Discovering your inner compass. Have you ever stood at a crossroads after a storm and wondered which way leads to your true path? You carry the weight of old hurts and the glow of new insights. And now the question is not if you can move, it is where to go next. Confusion can whisper that you are lost, but it is just a signal that you are ready to choose. In studies of self-determination theory, Deci and Ryan in 1985 found that when people align their actions with their inner values, their drive returns and purpose becomes clear. You are not separate from your past scars. They are part of your compass, but they do not have to steer you toward despair. Imagine you hold a compass in your hand, carved from your own story. The north is your values, the east your hopes, the west lessons you learned, and the south the fears you must face. When you learn to read it, you find direction in calm water and storm alike. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself that he had little to give to others if he did not know himself. First, true north comes from within, not from others' applause or approval. Approval addiction leads you away from your own map. Take a deep breath today and ask what matters most to you. Write down one step that honors your heart. It could be as small as a quiet morning walk or as bold as a promise kept to yourself. With each step you teach your compass to guide you, and soon you will see that purpose is not a distant star, but the ground beneath your feet. Stepping forward with purpose. Have you ever felt the moment when all you have left is a choice, and wondered which one will define you? This moment is not a threat, it is your final test. Doubt may whisper that you are too tired, too small, too late, but every choice to rise is a victory over those voices. Stoicism teaches that our power lies not in the world around us, but in the decisions we make, moment by moment. Carol Dweck's work on growth mindset in 2006 showed that when people believe their abilities can grow, they take on challenges instead of fleeing them, and they become stronger. This isn't just an idea, it's evidence that failure is not a wall, it is a stepping stone towards skill and wisdom. Picture a farmer who plants seeds in spring, knowing he may face storms and drought, yet he tends the soil anyway, trusting the sun and rain will come. Your efforts are the seeds of your tomorrow. Water them with courage, pull the weeds of fear, and tend them with patience. Over time, what was once a single choice will grow into a field of promise. Today, take one clear step. It could be speaking your truth, setting a boundary, or simply standing up when you feel small. This step is your statement that you accept responsibility for your life, that you embrace whatever follows. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, treat every day as if it were your last chance to do good, to learn, to grow. Let this choice be your legacy.